I feel like the worst thing about this game, by far, is it's not the enemies, surprisingly. I don't think it's the enemy spawns either. I think the biggest issue with this game that I have is the area design. The progression in this game and the area structure is very bad. It's the worst out of any game that I have ever played, and it alone makes me not want to progress in this game because it's so uninteresting. Like, it's so poor. Like, even something like Dimesia, you know, that also I had the same issue with, where like the areas themselves, as well as, you know, the short game length, of course, and, you know, all of the other like things that go into making a very small budget like indie game, you know, that make extrinsically the experience of like playing that game not as valuable, because the game itself doesn't feel like it values itself as much because of how little there is of the game, you know. And the little amount that there is of the game, though the mechanics are very good, because the game feels so hollow and so short and so like held back almost by its like other decisions that the developers have when they, you know, when it came to like making the game, you know. It makes it feel like you don't want to put your time into it, you know, because it doesn't feel worthy of your time, you know. I have the same feeling with the areas, or from the areas of this game, which I'm hoping that they improved significantly on Remnant 2, with, you know, bigger budget and more development time, and, you know, the groundwork that this game laid for that game, or for the sequel. But I guess the only way for me to know is to actually play the sequel after I played this game first. But yeah, the areas in this game are just, they are drowning, they are exhausting, and they are uninteresting. Like, when I got into this desert area the first time, yesterday, I was like, damn, finally we are out of the fucking city environment. Because that city got fucking boring as shit. Well, right now, in the desert environment, I almost feel exactly the same. Like, in this desert environment, I feel like it's more interesting looking, but at the same time, it feels the exact same as the fucking city environment felt. It felt just as uninteresting and just as exhausting and confusing to fucking progress these areas and, you know, explore. It's so poor, you know? But it visually looks more interesting than the city area did. So there's that. And I don't think that this game, so far, in the two of its two of its main areas have felt very samey so far. I don't think it's gonna break this trajectory at any point. I think it's literally gonna be like, the rest of the game is gonna be like this. And if the rest of the game really is gonna be like this, I'm not sure if I see myself playing this game more than once. Like, regardless of how good the gameplay feels, or the gameplay loop, or how satisfying it feels, like, it's just, like, it's like, imagine Bloodborne in its entirety was literally just Jolly's dungeons. Yeah. With everything else feeling very nice and fleshed out, but then the entire game is just Jolly's dungeons. Yeah. Like, I like Bloodborne's Jolly's dungeons. They are significantly better structured than anything in this game is. Even the Jolly's dungeons in that game. Imagine. But, like, you know, if the entire Bloodborne was literally just Jolly's dungeons from, like, layer 1 to 5, you know, I'm not sure if many people would be happy with that. Like, it would get very exhausting and boring fast for most people, without a doubt. So, yeah. This game feels a lot the same, you know? The groundwork for, like, the basic mechanics, the movement, the shooting, and, you know, the responsiveness and all that feels very nice. But then it's completely held back by the areas, the progression, as well as the structure design. The structural area design in all of its explorative elements, as well as lack of landmarks, and which makes it significantly more confusing to navigate in any area. Like, all of those things just make it just forgettable and just distasteful.